Before we begin the video, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Hello everyone, this is Straight to the Point Tech. I'm back again with another video. And for today's video, we're going to be doing a versus, which is going to be the MSI Claw AI 8 Plus, which I have in my hand, versus the Lenovo Legion Go. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. All right, so the MSI Claw AI 8 Plus really didn't start going live until about January of this year, which is 2025. I believe pre-orders were starting to get taken around December of 2024 when it was first announced. And then at CES 2025, you got the demo in and check it out. Now, the MSRP price of this device is, of course, $899.99, and of course, in other countries, it's a little bit higher cost wise. But let's just get into like the nitty gritty of it, right? So this has a Intel Core Ultra 7, which is a 258 volt APU. And then, the GPU, if you want to get technical. For those who don't know, an APU is a GPU and CPU together, right? But the GPU is an Intel Arc, which is 140 volts, which is a great handheld device, GPU, if you ask me. Now, space-wise, this is a 2 terabyte SSD in here, 32 gigabytes of RAM, of course. The display, now this display is 8 inches at 120 hertz. The battery life is about 80 watt hours, so give or take 2 hours and 22 minutes as far as game testing goes, per se, on a spec sheet. But I've got more at 30 watts. It just depends on what game you're playing and how it handles the architecture. Now, I want to, do a comparison. So, this is the versus, right? So, up here we have the Lenovo Legion Go, which is 8.8 inches, the big boy, right? And obviously the Z1 Extreme chip in here, the Intel device, power device, which is this, it's a little stronger. It just all depends on which game. For some reason, some games run better on AMD. For some reason, some games run better on Intel. But the biggest key is 30 watt gaming performance, right? At 30 watt gaming performance, this thing is a beast, right? I mean, I'm talking about God of War, Ragnarok, Space Marine 2, Liza P, Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, you name it. Like at 30 watts, the performance on this device is great. Not to mention battery life, but we'll get to that later. So as far as like who's the winner here in that department, battery life and that 30 watt performance, we got to go ahead and give it to the MSI Claw AI 8 Plus, of course. Now, I know you might be saying, hey, yo, how are you going to compare 2025 handheld device to something that came out, in 2024? Per se. Well, it's easy. This device, I don't even think this device is a year old. It's coming up on a year old. But this device is like the behemoth, right? Right now, it's at 144 hertz. As far as like the display, it's a really big device. There's a lot of other unknown devices that have 10-inch displays, but that's just ridiculous. In my opinion, as far as popularity goes, everyone knows what the Lenovo Legion Go is as far as PC gaming goes, or whoever's really into handheld gaming. And we know for a fact that, you will want to put this device up against this, obviously. But this device right here, single-handedly, when it comes to 30 watt gaming performance, again, stumps this. And then, ergonomics wise, feels really good in the hand. The sticks feel really good. I mean, I give Intel and MSI a lot of praise for taking their time to make this device extremely ergonomic and comfortable, and visually it looks stunning. I will say though, the Legion Go does win in the color saturation department. The colors are more vibrant and saturated on the Legion Go in comparison to this. I'll get to that later as well, and I'll just show you what I mean. But definitely, when it comes to Ergonomics, I got to give it to the MSI Claw AI Plus. Now, if we talk about going back to battery life, so again, at 30 watts battery life wise, I can get about 3 hours roughly with this device, like on God of War Ragnarok, Space Marine 2, Liza P, Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, Doom Eternal. Like I can crank it all the way up and still get great performance and battery life. Versus this, we all know, as you can see, I have my LED 100-watt cable plugged into the Legion Go. This thing just goes really quick. And that's the most annoying thing about this device. This device would be much more respected when it comes to versus, but the battery just goes bad. And we know as gamers, we hate to have to keep carrying around an Anchor, a power bank all the time or everywhere just to make sure that this device is charged all the time. And the sad part about this device is even at 15 watts, 17, 20, 25, 30 watts, the battery just goes quick and there's nothing you can do. I blame that on the Lenovo because Lenovo didn't optimize the device charging wise really good. So that's their fault. Other than that, this device is, great when, you're not playing a AAA title when the battery's getting ready to go. But back to this right here, which is the MSI Claw 8. So this device here, like I said, at 17 watt performance, I can get up to like 4 hours and some change, depending on which game I'm playing. Especially those like, indie games that are on Steam. I have a lot of indie games like Dave the Diver and other games, which, by the way, are really small space-wise, but I can play like 4 hours, 5 hours sometimes. It just really depends what game I'm playing at 17 watts, but the battery stands the test of the time. To whereas this device at 17 watts, again, is still unpredictable. So, again, the Claw wins in the battery department all the way. All right, so let's talk about software, right? So on the MSI Claw AI 8 Plus, MSI Center is here, right? And then on a Lenovo Legion Go, if we go here, right, the Legion Go has Legion Space. So let's open up Legion Space, right? And let's just do a quick comparison real quick. All right, so between Legion Space and MSI Center, I got to give it to Lenovo. Legion Space is much more intuitive, is much more going on. Not to say that in the future, later on, MSI won't expand MSI Center, but right now, MSI Center is very cookie cutter. Legion Space is definitely more intuitive. There's like, some cool things going on, like this cool interface here that shows you the fan and the CPU and the GPU. Like, you don't get that in MSI Center. And again, I'll cut them some slack because they're really still fairly new and this device is new. But when it comes to, the MSI Center versus Legion Space all the way it wins. It's wonderful. So yeah, we'll definitely give it to Lenovo as far as like its space and where you can control your device and things of that nature. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll talk about memory, right? So memory wise, again, this device has 32 gigabytes of RAM. This device has 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I really haven't seen like a major reason this device needed 32 gigabytes of RAM. I feel like it was okay. If you know what the, acronym okay means, then, you'll understand what I'm saying. But it was a little okay, in my opinion. 24 gigabytes of RAM would have sufficed, but that's okay, because this device, I think Intel's idea was to make this device a multimedia / gaming device. Hence, this is why this has much more memory. So your major editing software applications like DaVinci, and, all the major Adobe applications like Premiere and, all those major editing software applications you need or you use to edit your videos, this device can run it with no problem. The Lenovo Legion Go can as well, but definitely, this device will knock it out the park if you need it for editing or any other multimedia purposes. So in that department, memory wise, this gets the win, of course. All right, so the final verdict. So overall, let's just go down, the line real quick. So let's start off with the Legion Go, strengths and things of that nature, right? So the Legion Go has an 8.8-inch display. Of course, it goes up to 1600 progressive. Now, most games don't support that. Some games maximum support 1200p, but Lenovo really didn't engineer this device enough or properly for the device to be able to fully take advantage of the resolution. But yeah, so 1600p display, 144 hertz. It already wins right there. It wins, right? But the problem is, can you utilize those functionalities, right? So yeah, we got that display out the way, right? The APU was optimized, of course, with the AMZ Ryzen Z1 chip in it, but there are many problems with this device, and I'll make a whole separate video, but this device has problems a lot of the times running certain games, right? The problem is that, again, AMD did not optimize. AMD, in conjunction with Lenovo, let me say that, they did not optimize this device enough for it to show its true power. So therefore, a lot of games run into certain problems with AMD Adrenalin enabled. It's just not there. But it's got that going on, with the Z1 Extreme. So obviously most of you know that. And then, of course, you have the ability to customize this device a little bit more just because Lenovo has been out longer manufacturing devices. And then, with AMD's architecture, obviously, you can use AMD Adrenalin to give your games more frame opportunities, I guess, per se, and, other visual changes and things like that. So that's where, AMD will shine, in that department. But the claw, as far as the strength for the claw, you have 32 gigabytes of RAM, obviously. Better for multitasking, better overall for gaming in certain aspects, not really. But the battery's larger, coming in at 80 watt hours. And then the Intel Arc graphics upscaling is going to improve. Right now, to me, is better than AMD FSR. Intel XeSS is better than AMD FSR, in my opinion. It's going to get up there as this device becomes more popular, more people purchase it, and Intel and MSI focus more on making the MSI Center much better. I believe totally Intel XeSS, in my opinion, will be second to DLSS soon. It's just a matter of Intel just, perfecting it. Yeah, so that's just the strengths and weaknesses as far as like the two. Of course, my final analysis. But yeah, as far as like the verdict goes, the winners, as far as like pure gaming, with not having to worry about your battery going out quickly, um, you know, 30 watt performance battery issues, 17 watt performance issues. MSI Call AI 8 Plus wins. It's only going to get better as it becomes more available. More people have it. More people talk about this device on Reddit. More people talk about this on Threads, Twitter, Facebook. It's going to get more popular. And I feel like the engineers at Intel and MSI are going to continue to work together to make this device one of the most viable and respected devices. So I salute my hat and tip my hat to Intel and MSI. This device is wonderfully made, and it's only going to get better from here. Now, I love my Lenovo Legion Go. Don't get me wrong. Let's just put it down from here. But this one has problems. It has problems, and Lenovo has had months and months and months to fix it, and they have not fixed the issues. Slowly but surely, right? You see the ROG Ally X Z1 Extreme up here. 0 issues. Like Asus and Valve / Steam, they always update their devices. Anytime there's an update, they're on top of it. Anytime there's issues, they look at the community, they take feedback serious, and they take care of the issues. Lenovo just gave up on this device, in my opinion, and shifted the focus on a Legion Go 2 when they should have been like improving the power of this device and maximize its fullest potential, but they didn't. But hey, they can only, blame themselves. So it is what it is. But anyways, the W and winner overall goes to the MSI Claw AI 8 Plus. I hope you all are able to get your hands on this whenever you get a chance. It's a wonderful device. But anyways, this is Straight to the Point Tech. I appreciate y'all. We've reached 224 subscribers. The support is very heartfelt. I thank you. More videos to come. This is Straight to the Point Tech. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm out. Peace.